What's going on, everybody? My name is Kyren Monteiro of Frequency Canvas. I'm a professional audio master engineer, and today I want to show you guys how I ended up with the final master of Glory to God, which is a single that is out right now by Darius D. Darling of Stay Royal Productions. This single is out on all platforms right now, and it is currently being played on certain radio stations in different places as well. And and it's also a part of an album called I'll Press On, which is soon to be released. And I just kind of want to show you guys how I do what I do. For people who may be on the fence about mastering, we want to show you guys. So check this out. We're going to share the screen with y'all. We doing this right on Zoom, and I'm going to show y'all how to go about this. So y'all still going to be able to see me in the corner right here, and we're gonna hop in. So first off, this mastering DAW is Studio One Professional. I love Studio One Professional. And so the first thing, so I actually happened to mix this song as well. The mixing was a lot of analog. There was a lot of analog in the mixing process, and we had a lot of fun. So right here in the purple, I'm just gonna create some space between that and the final master. So in the purple, we have the actual mix just with nothing on it, and we're going to play that. And then in the red is my master, and I'll show you how we got to that point. So let's just listen to this mix 100%, and it is trimmed down. The digital measurement of what we called dBFS is -18. So I have this meter set, the scale at -18. And when I trim that down, it's, see, this is a hot mix. So we want to trim that down to where it's hitting about 0 on this VU meter, all right? And that's going to leave enough headroom. Okay, so we're going to jump over to the master, and I'm going to bypass every plugin, so you can see right here, right now, that there's nothing playing right here. So one of the first things, so I'm going to get rid of this VU meter. So we know that the song is hitting at around -18 dBFS to leave us enough headroom sending out to the analog world. Also with plugins that are measured off of that scale. So one of the first things that I like to do is, first off, this final limiter, which is set at 16-bit, because when I send a final master out, I'm going to send 24-bit at 44.8, which is like the bit rate and the sample rate. I'm going to send 16-bit at 44.1 for CDs, and then I'm gonna send a high quality MP3, and I'll show you that. So not much, just a couple of dB on the threshold. We had that set, true peak limiting, so that we don't peak. I like the IRC5 in this maximizer limiter from Ozone. I like the transient model. That's just been my go-to for years. And so we have that on. Also, a little kind of like noise reduction from Waves. And this is not doing much, set on high quality, but it's just going to kind of catch anything that, any noise. And I always like to do that. And I like to master into those things. So the first thing we're going to do is bring up the first plug-in. This is the BB2s from Waves. So let's engage that. Without it. With it. That's just gonna bring some sauce and make it to where we can see that. Next, we got the SPL Iron, and I want to shout out a master engineer, Dan Shike, over at Tone and Volume Mastering. Seeing some of his content, he actually put me onto this, and I've been mastering for years, and I wasn't aware that there was a digital version of this compressor. I knew there was a hardware version, which is about $6,000, but I was not aware that there was a digital version to this. So salute to Dan Shike for this. So let's play it. Why are we not getting? There we go. This is with it. Without it. Now, a couple of things you can see that I'm hitting. I'm only doing 1 dB, right? And that's very important. Also, something that, as you can see, the VU meter reference is at -18 dBFS. So that's really important to gain stage at the top so that you know what you're doing. Also, at the bottom right here, you see we on 100%. Obviously, I want to affect the whole mix. But this side chain filter I have set at 100 hertz. That's very important. That way that the compressor can ignore those bass frequencies. When you're compressing anything, especially an entire record, on a frequency spectrum, bass is going to be the thing that's the loudest and that eats up the most room. So the first thing a compressor is that's going to trigger that compressor to start compressing is going to be your low end. So make sure, in my opinion, you want to set a sidechain filter on a compressor that's on a whole mix, rather it's on your mix bus or rather your mastering. And I like to set my stuff at 100 hertz, right? So let's keep it moving. Fab Filter, we got the Fab Filter Pro. I'm still on the 2, the Pro Q from Fab Filter. Let's see what it without it. With it. Now, the reason that I like to use this is I'm just kind of like poking the kick out a little bit, and you'll see when I solo these frequencies why I'm doing that. Let's do this one. Oh, yeah. All right. One of my favorite EQs in the world, the linear phase EQ from T-Rax. This is dope, man. I'm doing what's called mid-side processing. Mid-side is where you can affect what is in the middle of the mix and then on the side of the mix separately. Let's engage this.
Glory to glory to glory to God. Sing. Glory to God. Glory to God. Glory to God.
Without it.
Glory to glory to glory to God.
With it. So with this, I like to, you know, add some top end shine to it, bring the bass out more, kind of really define that middle. Another trick I like to do is to turn the middle up about 1.5 dB, right? And then on the sides, you can see like roll off some of that body from the sides and really wrap the sides around the middle. And it's very apparent. This has been my philosophy since about 2015. This style of mastering.
Glory to glory to glory to God. Sing.
Yeah, shout out to IK Multimedia with T-Rax, man. They make a lot of amazing stuff. Right here, we just got the twin tube from SPL adding, which is just adding a little bit of character. I'm not doing anything. I literally just turned it on.
Glory to glory to glory to God. Sing. Glory to God. Glory to God.
Without it,
Glory to God. Glory to God. Glory to God. Glory to glory to.
it just has a sound, man, that just gives things color. As soon as you turn it on, you don't really have to do much to it. So I just appreciate that. Next, from Acoustica Audio, we got the Cobalt 2 dynamic EQ, and this EQ is doing a lot. So let's start without it bypass.
Glory to glory to glory to God. Sing. Glory to God. 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 Glory to glory to glory to God. Sing. Glory to God.
Boosting a little dB at 60 hertz. I love to do that. Right here at around about 2K, giving it about a dB boost, and then right here, this presence knob is just bringing out somebody. So Acoustica Audio, they make great stuff. Shout out to my guy and mentor Israel Music, who put me onto their plugin some years ago. Definitely some secrets with using them. Next off, one of my favorite harmonic exciters. Once again, we are doing mid-side processing on that, and I'm pretty much doing the same thing. I love this is from Isotope, a part of the Ozone Advanced Mastering Suite, and I like it just to bring out details in the mix.
Glory to glory to glory to God. Sing. Glory to God. Glory to God. Glory to glory to glory to God.
Without it,
Sing. Glory to God. 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 Glory to glory to glory to God. Sing. Glory to God.
next we have the Master EQ 432 from IK Multimedia, which is an emulation of a very famous Master EQ. We got some mid-side processing going on with this again. Let's bring it in.
Glory to glory to glory to God. Sing. Glory to God. Glory to God. Glory to God. Glory to God. Glory to God.
Got the Ozone Imager. I like now the thing, kind of old vinyl trick is bringing everything in the middle. All of the bass frequencies, bringing that like directly 100% in the middle.
Glory to glory to glory to. Glory to God.
And then after that, kind of spreading out and using different things to add some more space to the mix, add some more separation. And that is all of everything on the overall on the song. After that, things that I further like to do is this TC Electronic, the PQ 3000. I like to just poke this out a little bit and just bring mastering is all about discipline. So you can see that's a half a dB at around 530, kind of bringing somebody to the mids, almost a dB, almost another dB, half a dB, just kind of bringing out some details. So let's bring this in.
Glory to glory to glory to God. Sing. Glory to God. Glory to God. Glory to God. Glory to God.
And then finally, this is absolutely doing nothing. This is the Don 3000, which is the first cousin of the PEQ, which is the compressor version of it. And I just like, it just gives it a little bump of warmth more. And so it's not compressing, it's doing absolutely nothing. Pay attention.
Glory to glory to glory to God. Sing. Glory to God. Glory to God. Glory to glory to God. Glory to God. Glory to God. Glory to glory to glory to God. Sing.
It's very subtle. It's very subtle, but it's enough to where I don't want to not use it, right? I miss it if I don't have it. And then as we're going into the limiter finally.
Glory to glory to glory to God. Sing. Glory to God. Glory to God. Glory to glory to God. Glory to God. Glory to God. Glory to glory to glory to God. Sing. Glory to God. Glory to God.
We'll actually fast forward.
Glory, 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 glory to God. Oh, sing glory, 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 glory to God. Oh, lift up your head, oh ye gates, be lifted up.
So yeah, we're up there on the lofts. It's high, right? So let's go ahead and get rid of that. Cause this is a single release. So part of the album we had a crossfade. So at the beginning, you see this fade.
Come on and stand to your
See this fade. Sorry for the glitching. Computer is using up a lot of resources. So you see the fade coming in. And then we go to the end of the song and we did slightly, just a slight fade at the end. Remember, this was in context of an album. This is the single version that we're looking at. So yeah, so we just a basic fade, in and out, and
Come on and stand to your feet tonight as we've come to give our God some praise. We can't.
now also what is part of the responsibility for mastering is metadata. And so you can see right here, we titled this Glory to God single. We put his name right here where the artist goes. And then you can do all of that right here as well, like composer, songwriter, Darius D. Darling, genre, Christian/gospel, put the year, put the artwork so that when the MP3 file is made, we can do that. So in the song title, this is we did some revisions on this. So that's why you see the parentheses number 6 and it's labeled 16-bit because that's what we're first going to do. So first, if I was bouncing this out, I would create a 16-bit. So I'm diddling down a 16-bit right here. So I would go make this WAV file, 1640 resolution, 16-bit. The sample rate would be 44.1. I will hit OK. Software will bounce that out. Then I will backspace like this for the MP3, make an MP3 file at the same dithering settings, make the MP3, hit OK, right? Bam, MP3 will be done. Next, I will create a 24-bit at 44.8, which is what this was done in. That's been my preferred setting for years. I just work in that way. And so I will go back to the wave, select 24-bit at 44.8, right? But there's an important step that I missed. I will go up here and I would choose my bit depth from 24. So I would dither from 24, then go back, hit OK, right? I wouldn't want to stay in 16 because this is 24. Hit OK. Then I will hop over to Google Drive, put all of the files in there, shoot it over to the client. Bam. They have it. So, you know, I really appreciate y'all tuning in. I know this is probably kind of long, but I just wanted to show y'all what mastering really looks like. You know, y'all got to see everything. Didn't much talk philosophy, but that is how you can do that. You know, matter of fact, before we leave, we are gonna drag the mitts back in, and we're gonna gain stage down and do a comparison right here. I think that's gonna be fair. That'll be fair. So we started. Let's play the mitts 100%. No plugins. Let's put it before the master. Trim it down. I remember where it was. About right there. So we started right here.
Glory to God. Glory to glory to glory to God. Sing. Glory to God. Glory to God.
Amazing sounding mitts already, right? So it already sound good. So we started there and we ended here.
Come on and stand to your feet tonight as we've come to give our God some praise. We came to give him all the glory, all the honor, and all the praise. Glory to God. Glory to glory to glory to God.
That's crazy, man.
We came to give him all the glory. Glory to God. Glory to God. Bless his name. Come on, let's sing. Glory to God. Glory to God. Glory to glory to glory.
That's where we started at, man. All right, man. Y'all be dope.